In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make these cool little flags using a drinks can. So here we've got a drinks can. I'm using a 7-Up can. It's sugar-free, tasty, refreshing, and makes a great flag. I'm sure other drinks cans will do the same job, but this is what I'm using. And we're going to start off being really careful with this because obviously they can be quite sharp. Take a hobby knife and just poke a hole in the side, and then take a pair of scissors, just, you know, little craft scissors. I'm going to cut all the way around the top of the can. As I said, be really careful. There are some like sharp shards that come off sometimes. You want to get rid of those and put the lid straight in the bin once you've cut that off. Be careful with any little slivers that come off. I'm wearing these gloves which do protect your hands a little bit. When you're cutting with the scissors, if you make really smooth cuts, it doesn't end up very sharp, but obviously it's hard to make smooth cuts going all the way around the can. So you can see I've made a cut down the side and then I've cut the bottom off and got rid of that. Make sure you clean off your desk for any little bits. And we're left with this rectangular piece of can. I'm going to roll it back on itself so that it flattens it out into a nice sort of roughly flat rectangle. For the flag, I've made this little cutout before, and just to give you an idea, it's about 16mm wide and about 62mm long. So I'm just going to measure those out onto my piece of rectangular can that we've just cut, just to give it an idea of, you know, how big to cut the piece. Obviously you can do whatever flag pattern you like. This is just the one that I like to go on the back of my dreadnoughts. So once we cut out this little rectangle of the right shape, we can see, as I said, we've done some nice smooth cuts with these scissors, and it's not very sharp. It's not cutting into the gloves at all, and it's only going to get, you know, more blunt as we cover it in paint and varnish. So to make the shape, we're just going to cut off either edge to make a tapered pattern going towards a sort of a smaller end part, and then cut into the end of the flag to make these pointy bits. I don't know, there's probably, you know, real words for these, like historians probably know, but you know, I don't know what they are. So pointy bits. It's better to cut away less and keep cutting off more, you know, like make more than one cut and make small ones than make one big cut and cut off too much in one go. So here we go. You can see I've made the shape of the flag, and what we're going to do is we're going to super glue that to this little flagpole. It's actually, I think it's a spear from a Drakari. But yeah, just going to super glue that onto the end there and then wait for that to fully dry. Once that's dry, we're just going to prime it in black, and then we're going to give it a coat with Vallejo matte varnish. Once this is fully dried, you can use whatever design on it you want. You know, you can go wild with it. I'm going to be making mine like quite a Grimdark design. So first thing I'm going to do is give it a full coat on one side with Liquitex white ink. I'm going to take this masking tape. It's just craft masking tape. You can get it on eBay or Amazon, anywhere like that. If I find a link, I'll put some in. I'll put that into the description below. I'm going to make a sort of like a striped pattern going across the flag. So these places where I'm putting the masking tape on now, those are going to remain white after we do all the next layers. So I'm going to do two little stripes there. You know, take your time to try and line it up and get it as accurate as possible. Doesn't matter if it's not quite accurate, because once we bend the flag, you know, it's not gonna look that off. And then I'm going to use this Vallejo sun yellow, give this nice yellow rectangle here. And then I want to have just a stripe of that going down the middle. Once that's dried, we're going to put another piece of masking tape over the top, down the middle. Very carefully, try and line that up. And then we're going to use some Vallejo Scarlet Red. I'm going to spray over those last two exposed bits to create two red stripes down the flag. Again, try and be accurate. You know, you don't want to overspray on these parts either, because, you know, if the masking tape isn't quite fully down, you don't want to blow it off and then ruin all the work you've done so far and start again. I mean, it doesn't matter if you do, but, you know, just don't want to waste the work. And then I'm going to finish up and I'm going to spray black on these parts. I'm just being quick here. It doesn't really matter if it goes a little bit over onto the red. I don't mind it darkening it down a little bit or making it a bit speckly. This can be quite a Grimdark flag, so nice and weathered at the end as well. So it doesn't really matter too much. I'll go over a little bit. And then we can hope that our little masking has worked and peel these off. It's really satisfying when it works properly. Not so satisfying when it doesn't and you wasted all that time, but it's fun to do. So you can see my lines aren't quite perfectly straight, but that's okay. To finish up the design, we're going to add on a load of these different transfers. These from various different transfer sheets. Most of them are from the new Black Templars transfer sheet. I'm just going to line them up and create some interest on there. I'm going to give that now a coat of matte varnish again. That's just going to seal those transfers in and again add some protection to the paint that we've just put on. And then I'm going to weather up the flag. Obviously all of this is just how I would do it. You don't have to do it the same way, but I'm going to use my streak and grime on there as usual. So we're going to do a full coat straight from the airbrush all over both sides. And then we're going to use our enamel thinner and we're just going to roll that across the flag to sort of reduce the streak and grime. And do that on both sides, obviously. And then we're going to come in with a clean cotton bud and just take off any excess that we don't want, like so. Now this product is one that I haven't shown before. So this is Streaking Dust, and it's one of the streaking brushes from MIG. So it comes with this little brush, and all you do is just dot it onto the model, places where you want to be. A couple of dots here and there usually works well, and then we're going to take the cotton bud and we just roll it across the surface, and it leaves these this dusty streaking on there. It's a really cool effect. Looks really nice. Gives it that kind of dusty, mottled, old effect, or old look rather. And obviously do that on both sides. If you feel like it's clumped up too much, you can, because it's an enamel product, you can still use the enamel thinner to wash some of it off and add it. But there we go. Last step, obviously, we're going to move our flag into position. One of the great things about using a can is it's malleable, so you can keep moving it and playing around with it. Try not to play with it too much because that will eventually wear the paint off, but we put enough varnish on there that it should be fine. And there we have it. Grimdark flags for your models. I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, please give it a like and share and subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate it. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comments below or hit me up on my socials, which are all @SpensPainting, and hopefully see you next time. Thanks, guys. Bye.